Well, hello, my name is Jim Royal. I'm a huge Beatles and Elvis Presley fan and basically classic rock in general. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you could do a thumbs up, that's always most appreciated. And go ahead and smash that bell. It'll give you updates of when future videos post. And feel free to leave comments. I always enjoy reading them and I do my best to try to respond in a timely manner. Today I wanted to talk about Paul McCartney. He recently kicked off his latest tour. Well, it's the Got Back tour. It's a continuation, but here he is here in North America. He kicked it off September of 2025, and he is giving us a lot of the same songs that we know and love. You know, Beatles standards that he wrote and recorded, solo material, and Wings. But what he's doing this time is he's changing it up a little bit. He's got an opening song that he has not really touched. I believe he did it about 35 years ago, maybe in a medley, just kind of a one-off, very rare. But here we get to hear the whole song, and nobody, I mean nobody would have expected this. I'm talking about the song Help. Principally the John Lennon song. John Lennon sings lead on it. It was released in 1965 off the Help album, and it was a single. The song got to #1 all over the place. And for me, it's one of my favorite Beatles songs. It really is. It is an excellent song, and it's an excellent song to open up his shows. Now, I've seen 2 of these performances of Paul here, and I thought that him and the band delivered the goods. I would call it a true barn burner. I can't get that right. Edit. Okay. Anyway, barn burner. All right. So basically meaning it has a lot of energy. It's very intense, and it gives you basically excitement, gets you riled up for things to come. So there's controversy with that because of the fact that, well, John sung lead on that song, right? So why is Paul doing it, right? And maybe Paul's trying to reclaim the song as his own. Well, I have a book here I'm going to recommend, but I'm going to refer to with this. It's called Beatles Songs by William J. Dowling, and it was originally it came out in 1989. So it says first-hand quotes, little-known facts, and details about the production of each song, album, including where the song ideas came from, who contributed, how much to each song, and so forth. So let's go to Help right here. So Help was a song that was originally written April 4th, 1965, and it was recorded at Abbey Road on April 13th, 1965. According to this, the authorship, Lennon has 0.9 and McCartney 0.1. So roughly, according to this, Paul wrote about 10% of the song. This was interesting because McCartney, we happen to have a quote from McCartney from a Playboy interview, December 1984, and this is what Paul says. John wrote that. Well, John and I wrote it at his house in Weybridge for the film. I think the title was Out of Desperation. Okay. So what happened was the original title of the movie was 8 Arms to Hold You. And I think they were told, look, if you want a different title, you gotta, crank one out pretty quick, otherwise we're going with this. I believe what happened was John started the song, and it's principally his. But Paul went to his house like he often did for writing sessions. They wrote a lot of songs together, collaborated, or one had somebody and brought it. Sometimes they started fresh. So this was one that Paul came to and helped out. But it's principally a John song. All right. The instrumentation, when it was recorded at Abbey Road, it says McCartney, bass and backing vocal. It says John Lennon, acoustic guitar, lead vocal. It says George Harrison, lead guitar and backing vocal. And then it shows Ringo Starr with drums and tambourine. And then a source says that there are backing vocals are harmony. So on the single's first pressing, the label caption says from the United Artists screenplay, 8 Arms to Hold You. That was the original title for Help. The song was part of the Beatles' live repertoire in 1965. Okay, so here we are 60 years later. It was performed during the Beatles' North American tour in summer 1965 and their UK tour that December, and it was also performed on the Ed Sullivan Show September 12, 1965. So that's all interesting, right? So we could say also it says Lennon McCartney on it. It's a Beatles song. Paul McCartney was a Beatle. He still is a Beatle in my eyes, okay? He's allowed to sing the song if he wants to. And I know sometimes he's changed things up in the past. He's done different songs like the song Temporary Secretary from McCartney too. Most people that are going to the concerts wouldn't know what it was, but diehard fans would. And what I say is this: Paul McCartney, I think, is looking back. He's paying tribute to a time past. And I think the most important thing is he wants to rock. And a song like Help is a rocker, just like a song Can't Buy Me Love. He's opened up his concerts with that. And here he is doing Help. So why not let him, right? You know, it also has the energy like I Want to Hold Your Hand does, or I Saw Her Standing There, She Loves You. All those songs that are just amazing. And, you know, Paul also likes to do covers. So, you know, he's performed cover albums like Run Devil Run. He's also did the Russian album and Kisses on the Bottom. So I think in the end, he wants to change it up. He just doesn't want to do the same thing. I think he realizes it's been 60 years. This is a good way to also, in my opinion, honor his friend. And that's why I think another reason why he's doing it. He loves John, and John loved him. John's not here anymore, but his songs are, right? Listening to it, sometimes when artists try to do these older songs, or the fact that it wasn't his song originally, you know, as far as singing lead, you kind of think, well, how's this going to come off brilliantly? I listened to it. It had the energy to me that you know, that it needed. I've listened to Help recently also, and I was like, yeah, it's got the same energy. And he did it, just a great job. He's got a great band with him that he's had for years. So I applaud him for doing it. And at 83 years old, I don't care what he wants to do up there. If he still wants to perform for us, and he can do it well. So I know Paul McCartney's also performing for the fans. He's trying to change up some of the songs because some of the songs he does regularly, and this is a fine addition to it. I think the other thing, though, is he's doing it, he doesn't have to perform anymore. He's doing it because he wants to rock, and that is clearly visible when you see him and come to life up on that stage. So I know that George Harrison had tried this during his North American tour. He tried doing a Beatles song. Well, he did. It was called In My Life, and it's a John Lennon song, all right, from Rubber Soul 1965. So how did people feel about that? Well, people weren't up in arms that he was doing a John Lennon song. They were up in arms that he was changing John Lennon's lyrics. Heaven forbid, right? To make them reflect his spirituality feelings. So, I don't know. It just seems like, you know, no matter what they do, people, you know, are concerned about things. And I'm going to say, if Paul wants to sing Help, or if he wants to sing any other song and he can pull it off, which he clearly can, let him. So thank you very much for watching my video. Take care.